Tell me your name and your role here at Victoria Park.
So my name is Portia Johnson. I moved here to Carson. Originally, I'm from Texarkana, Texas, and that's like on the border of Texas.
Texarkana, does that mean what I
Well,
think you're
you
gonna
have
say?
Texarkana and then you have Arkansas. So I'm right there. So there's
Amazing.
so there's a dry side and then there's a wet side. You know, no liquor. When I moved here, I got married. I met my spouse here in the city of Carson, and we have 2 children. And our son played basketball. And originally, my husband played basketball here at the park himself years
Okay.
ago. And that's how it came about us starting a team here, a basketball team, and volunteering here.
Can you walk us through the sweet potato pie ingredients here?
Oh, of course. First, we're going to, the main ingredient is the yam, of course.
Okay.
And then we have the butter, and make sure it's butter.
Does it have to be melted?
You're going to melt the
Okay.
butter, yes. And then we're going to have sugar. We have to have eggs, carnation milk.
Okay.
Make sure it's evaporated.
Why evaporated?
Evaporated milk is because you want that sweetness. Whole milk doesn't give you that thickness and pull it together. You want the evaporated, gives the tightness and the extra sweetness.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and then you have your nutmeg, your cinnamon, vanilla, and a nice crust.
Okay.
And then that's how we're going to get started. So the first thing we're going to do, Erica, we're going to start with the yams.
Okay.
So I need a knife to actually start cutting the yams.
Okay. Is this an okay knife?
Oh, yeah. So basically, we'll cut the yams first, peel them, get them ready.
So did you have any cooking teachers along the way?
I did. My mom and
Your
my,
mom.
and my grandmother, and we have in my family we still have 4 generations.
Yeah, grandmas hold a lot of knowledge in the kitchen.
Yes,
Okay, so we've chopped up the
yams.
yams. Okay.
And so you do maybe a couple more.
Okay, so you've cut up 2 yams and you sliced them pretty thickly and
Right.
really precisely. I could never do that free-handed, but so I'm really impressed how you did that. Is there anything else that needs to go in here?
We put some water in there so it can have, when you put it in the oven,
Okay.
have that steam and it makes it soft.
Okay, let me
and
get
moist.
you some water then.
Okay, thank you.
All right. How much water would you like?
Maybe a cup,
Okay.
and then we just put it into
Okay.
the oven after
I can
that.
hand this.
We'll put them in at 350. Keep them in here for about 45 minutes. Here we go. Thank you.
And there they go.
Okay.
Portia, so the yams have been in the oven for about 45 minutes now.
Yes.
How do you tell when they're ready? Do you have any tricks?
Oh, I do. Basically, what I'll do is I'll test it with a fork. Make sure they're, mushy enough to stir in the bowl. And what I can see here, they're really soft. And we can take them out now and start to make our sweet potato pie.
Okay, perfect.
So they're soft already from the oven. So just smash them up. You can
Okay.
do it with them. Yes.
Okay, now I get to cook.
Yes, now you get to cook.
Oh, this is a lot of fun. Is that good or should I?
That's really
it
good.
more?
So now what we'll do is we'll get a bowl and then we'll start to mix them in a bowl and then we'll add all the ingredients.
Do you want me to hold that up or do you want me to scoop it in?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So basically, yeah.
With all those thick yams. They
Antioxidants.
smell so good. I can already smell the sweetness
See?
without the sugar.
So we need 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
Okay.
2 cups of sugar. Okay, that's about 2 cups right
2
there.
cups.
Okay, and I just pour this in.
Pour it in. And then you stir, you cream it.
Oh yeah, this is fun. Okay, I'm gonna mash these.
Yes, mash them.
Great.
Make sure all the sugar is consistent. And
Okay.
yes.
And the sugar has to dissolve into the
See,
yams,
and see
right?
how it's smoothing out?
Yeah, and there's like juice coming from the
Yeah,
yams.
that's what makes it a good sweet potato
That's
pie.
exciting. This is a lot of fun to do. Do you ever cook with your children?
I do.
Have they
Yeah.
ever made this dish?
Yes, and so normally on the holidays time, the holidays is normally when we make sweet potato pie, Christmas, Thanksgiving, every now and then for 4th of July.
Oh, that's amazing.
So now
Okay.
we can go ahead and start to add the cinnamon and nutmeg. And what I like to do
Okay.
is basically you take the nutmeg and you sprinkle, cover the whole top.
Okay. How's that?
Good, a little bit more.
A little bit more?
So
Okay.
there we go. And then you do the cinnamon next.
Cinnamon, ooh, I can already smell the spices.
Then a little vanilla.
Okay. Was that enough cinnamon or should I
Yes,
put
that's
more?
good. So you cover the top. So it's basically like you're gonna fold it. So you're gonna do it one time to get the
Okay.
seasons in the inside. Maybe like 2 cups full.
2 cups
It's
full,
good
okay.
enough.
I like how you just eyeball everything and
That's the way my mom taught me.
yeah. I love those grandma measurements.
So you
now
just
I'm
mix this in again. So
Okay.
you basically like folded. You just make sure all the season gets through
Okay.
all the yam. And after this, then we'll add the eggs. So after this, we're gonna add, let's add like 3 eggs.
okay.
And
So this is good. I can stop
yeah,
here with
I can
the
take on this for you and you
Okay.
can start getting the eggs ready.
I have to be careful not to get the eggshells. I've been known to do that, get eggshells in my
And
baking.
and if you do that, you know how to actually get it out, right?
No.
You just take the egg that you dropped it in and you scoop it out.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah, the egg will get it back out.
Oh, wow. I never thought of doing that. I'm so glad I learned survival skills today in the kitchen.
So you just stir again, continue,
Okay.
because you definitely need the eggs. So for the most part, you want your yam to be creamy. So after this, now we're going to add the milk. And then you just stir it again. And some people may say, oh my God, you did it without a blender. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need a blender. I don't know about everybody else, but I normally, what I do is I sit it down and then I just taste a little bit here,
Okay. To a taste test.
a taste test
Okay.
to see, you know, how it tastes.
So what do you think?
I think it's perfect.
Oh, good.
But we left the butter out.
Oh, better do that.
So we got to melt the butter. So only need 1 stick of butter.
All right. So we've just melted the butter. How much evaporated milk do you put in?
See how the consistency of the yam is?
Uh-huh.
So when you're cooking it, if it's really stiff, you continue to add. But you shouldn't add more than 1 can.
Okay.
Yeah. And here we're good. We should be able to put it into our crust.
Yeah. This is going to be really nice and candied almost
Yes.
with all the spices and the sugar and the butter. They're going to almost like caramelize together,
Yes.
aren't they?
Yes. And that's what we look for when my mom used to cook. We look for the smell
Yeah.
of the sweet potato pie.
So basically all the ingredients that are in here are eggs, evaporated milk, sugar, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and butter.
And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
And basically you put it in the oven. Once we put it in here, put it in the oven, 350, cook it for like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
If you can't really tell if your sweet potato pie is done, you can take a toothpick.
Okay.
And if it comes out moist, then it's not
It's
done.
not ready.
So we can now start to pour it into the crust. And we can put it in the oven at 350.
Okay.
And it will stay in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. That's it.
Oh, yeah, that looks nice and thick. So do you fill it up to
To
the
the
top
top.
of the crust?
But when you
or-
shake it, it's going to automatically fill by itself
Okay.
like this. And then you put it into oven.
How long has it been in the oven?
It has been there now for 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And I think now we'll do the final test to see if it's ready.
We're going to do the fork test?
Yes, since we don't have a toothpick, we're going to use a fork.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good to me.
All right. Pass the fork test.
Oh, so you can see that it's got like a dark color on the crust
Yes.
and kind of golden.
And how you know it's been cooking and baking really well is when the pie is baking in the inside, it starts to crack.
Oh, okay.
So you can see the cracking of it. And then when you take it out, then it falls, and this is the final product.
Okay, so now the pie is cooled down, just about maybe the temperature we can eat it.
Ready? One fork for you.
Oh,
and
thank you.
One for me.
Okay.
Dig it.
You first. Wow. That's delicious.
Thank you. Oh, family secret.
I love it. Thank you for teaching me.
You're very welcome.